Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the Rolex Datejust 31 in yellow gold and steel on a diamond bezel Jubilee bracelet with a green floral dial, reference 278383RBR. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the history. It's a little comparison to what it compares to with the rest of the Rolex collection, the case, the bezel, the dial, the movement, the bracelet, and then I'm going to try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start. Let's start with the history. The Rolex Datejust 31 the Datejust itself has been part of the Rolex collection for a very long time. I want to say something like 70 years or more. It's Rolex's most iconic line, and it is arguably their best seller, and for obvious reasons. The Datejust is well priced. It has many different variations. It's very beautiful, and it's classic Rolex. Now, the Datejust 31, which is what you see here, is the mid-size for ladies. Rolex makes the Datejust in size 28, 31, and 36 for ladies, small, medium, large, and they make it in 36, 40, 41, and you could even say 42, the Sky Dweller being the size 42. So, small, medium, large for men, even though Sky Dweller is actually not a Datejust, but it looks like a Datejust. Okay? So the Datejust 31, which is what you see here, is for ladies, and I would say that ladies that have a wrist size of 6.5 inches or greater could wear this watch, and that it roughly equates to a woman of approximately 100 and maybe 30 pounds or so. And so those who would like or have a wrist size smaller than that probably should go with the Datejust 28. Okay. All right. So anyways, so let's talk about this Datejust 31, and it comes in, of course, many different variations. They have a steel and white gold, steel and rose gold, steel and yellow gold, which is what you see here, with diamond bezel, without, with fluted, with domed bezel, with different dial variations. They have it in all gold, all yellow, rose, white, every single variation. I think there's something like 300 or 400 different variations of the Datejust 31. They have pretty much every style, and you can configure it just the way you like it. Okay, so that's a little bit of the history and overview of what the Datejust 31 line is. Okay, now let's talk about this watch in particular itself. Now, let's start with the case. The case is made of stainless steel, and it is made from a monoblock middle case. It's 31 millimeters from my thumb to my index finger. That's the 8 o'clock to the 2 o'clock position. Longest distance across the bezel and case, that's 31 millimeters. And as I said, it's a mid-size. It's a very perfect mid-size too, actually. It's the most popular size that we sell. So the case itself is, let me turn it on the side so you can see the side profile. The side profile is approximately 11 millimeters, which is not too thick, not too thin. Is just a nice, good size that is very wearable. I would say actually in terms of ladies' watches, it's the most wearable ladies' watch in terms of its size, ergonomics, and just overall fit. It does very well. Okay, and that's partly due to having, one, a size that's not too huge, 31, and two, the profile. The profile is very important. If a watch is too thick, it makes it very difficult to wear. All right. So that is the case. Now let's talk about the bezel. The bezel is using a diamond bezel. Now Rolex makes four kind of bezels actually. They make a domed bezel, which has no fluting on it or no design on it. They have a fluted bezel, which is their most iconic bezel. Then they have the diamond bezel, which is what you see here. This is the top of the line. It's the most expensive and most luxurious bezel that you can have, and for obvious reason, it has diamonds on it. All these diamonds are hand placed by a gemologist, and they're natural stones with flawless diamonds with D color, D, E, or F color. So the whitest diamonds that you possibly can get, and all placed by hand to perfection. So it's the best that is available. And of course, it makes sense. Rolex only uses the best anyways. Now, that's the bezel. And they also make another one, which is a dome bezel that has scattered diamonds. Also a very beautiful one. So, but this is the top of the line with this all bezel, all diamond bezel. Okay, now let's talk about the dial here. This dial is a very interesting dial, and I suspect that it may be discontinued at some point because it's a specialty dial. Now, why is it special? Well, one, it has these green flowers, but if you notice, take a little look at them, not all the green flowers are the same color. They have different colors, and they look like they're layered on top of each other. And not only that, the diamonds, they look like they're scattered, but they're actually not scattered. They form these nice lines going from top to bottom. If you draw a line going down, you can actually, they're not just scattered, but they look scattered. They did a great job of placing them. And if you actually look at it closely, the hour markers, instead of hour markers, they place these little diamonds at the hour marker, so it actually looks like it's the diamonds mark the hour marker, but it's hard to see that if you just look at it, right? You kind of have to point it out. So the dial has a lot of texture to it. If you look at the light green, it has the lightest green, it has a brushed finish to it. The darkest green has a flat matte green to it, and then there's a sandblasted green. So each green flower has a different texture to it, and no two greens are next to each other. That means you'll never have the same textured flower next to adjacent to one another. You'll always have it next to a different one, which makes it look even more textured. So it just has a lot going on. It makes the dial really beautiful. It makes it textured. It makes it look like it has depth, and it looks special, unique. And they just came out with this floral dial not long ago. I want to say 2-3 years ago, maybe in 21 or so. And they have different colors. And I believe that they're not going to keep these colors for very long, because Rolex does that. They make sort of a special dial that aside from their standard dial, and then they release it for a few years, and once it's gone, they don't revisit it. They did that with the butterfly. They did it with this other strange motif looking dial. So they've done it with a few other things, and I think it's quite beautiful, very beautiful actually. So it's one of my favorite parts of this watch, that it has this green dial. Now they also make green dial with a 10 diamond and a Roman 6 pave diamond. So they make other variations of green, but in this floral dial, this is the only one. Okay, so that is the dial. Let's talk about the bracelet here. Now the bracelet is a Jubilee bracelet. It's 5-piece links across. It is steel and yellow gold. And it's interesting because Rolex has decided to mesh the two materials. Not a lot of companies do that before, but I believe Rolex was the first to do it, and as a result, many companies have followed suit. What do I mean by that? If you look at the bracelet, the center is yellow gold and the sides are steel. That allows the watch to look very luxurious because of the gold, but still maintain a very strong and stable structure because of the steel, and allows it to be a little bit more daily wearable as opposed to when it's all gold. And that meshes both worlds together, luxury as long as practicality. So I think that makes the watch very good. I like it for that reason. Okay, now that's the bracelet. But unfortunately, on the Jubilee bracelets for this size, there is no easy link extension. So it only goes to one length, and that's it. It never changes the length. If you want that ability to change the length of the bracelet, you'd have to either use a tool or get a bigger watch. They do that on the 36s, not the 31s. Okay, anyways, let's move on to the movement. The movement is a caliber 2236. It is updated from the old version, which I think was a 2235. It has a power reserve, which is actually pretty much the same. Now it's 55 hours. I think before it might have been 40. It's not much different. You can't see it anyway, so the movement, I'm not so sure it matters. But it's there, and it is changed, and it's better. So there you have it. Okay, let me try this watch on. Now, I am, of course, a man. This is a woman's watch, so it's going to look much better on you, and your wrist size is probably much smaller than mine. I have a 7.5-inch wrist, and I recommend this for those who have a 6.5-inch wrist or approximately 130-pound woman or smaller. If you have larger wrists than that, you might want to go with 36. If you have a smaller wrist, you might want to go with a 28. Okay, with that said, there you have it. Why do I recommend this watch and why do I like it? Well, I like that it's made on two-tone. That for me is a nice thing. I like because, as I said, it meshes the two worlds, luxury and practicality. Also, I'm a big fan of this dial. I like this dial better than I do just regular dials that are completely flat. I think if you're going to have a watch of this caliber, you should kind of have a unique dial, and this is definitely a unique dial. It's a little bit hard to tell the time, to be honest, but I'm not so sure that even matters because the watch is so beautiful. You don't even need it for time. And I like that it has this diamond bezel. It's just it flows very well with the diamond floral dial. So for that reason, I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up. And if you want to buy it, go to jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.